Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making banana pudding for you guys, okay? The correct way, how I know how to make it. So the first thing, the most important part, what you're going to need are your bananas. I have about 2 bunches of bananas, averaging out to about 10 of them. You may need a little bit more depending on how much you're making, but I have about 10. You need about 8 eggs, 4 to 8, depending on how much you're making. You need vanilla wafers. I have 4 boxes. I always buy more than what I need just in case. Evaporated milk. I have about 6 cans. I probably will only use about 4. Vanilla extract, of course. Your Cool Whip to go on top. Sugar, flour, and your measuring cups and things like that. So one thing you will not need for this recipe that you should not buy from the store is any banana pudding mix. Do not buy this from the store. Make it from scratch and it'll taste so much better, okay? So let's get started on all the measurements and things that I'm using for the amount that I need. Okay, so I'm gonna start with everything that I need in my pan, and then I need 2 bowls to kind of separate my egg whites from my egg yolks. You're only going to be using the egg yolk, okay? So I am going to be adding 4 cans of evaporated milk. So I need 8 egg yolks for this recipe. So I am just going to break the egg yolks and split it into 2 because I don't need the whole egg. So put my egg whites in here. All right, so that's all you're gonna need for this mixture. So now let's mix up everything inside of my pan over here. Okay, so for the amount that I'm making, I need 4 cups of sugar. Make sure your pan is on low heat because this is gonna take a long time to stir and get thick. So low heat for your pan, and you can start turning it on right now and then add your ingredients in. 4 cups of sugar. All right. 2 tablespoons of flour. And my egg yolk to the mixture. Now I'm gonna stir this together until it gets nice and smooth. Okay, so stir and add the cans of milk. The whole point of this is to not let your sauce burn. So you need to continuously stir this mixture, not letting anything burn in the process, okay? So get comfortable. Bring a chair in your kitchen because you're gonna be stirring this for a while. I'm gonna add, this is just 1 can. I'm gonna add 3 more. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 more cans and I will come right back. Okay, so all 4 cans of milk are in the mixture. So now I am just going to sit here, continuously stir this mixture, not letting anything burn. If it's too high of a heat, you need to turn it down. It needs to be on medium to low heat so it can slowly thicken up. Probably, I would say 45 minutes to an hour, maybe. You would have to sit here and mix this until it thickens up, and then after everything is thick and it has cooled a little bit, we can start putting the banana pudding together. So I will come back to you. It is exactly 12:55, so I am gonna come back to you in 45 minutes. So at 1:40, I'm gonna come back and we'll see how thick we are. Let's give it 45 minutes. And I will continuously stir this. No burning. Look, I'm spilling it already. and then we can start getting this banana pudding together. So I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so it is 1:30. I've been stirring for exactly 35 minutes. It'll probably take another 30 minutes to thicken even more. It's actually, you can't really tell in the camera, but it's actually a little bit thick. So I'm just gonna keep stirring. It's been 35 minutes and I'm just gonna continue for another 30 minutes. So at 2 o'clock, I'll come back and see how far it has gotten. Okay, you guys, so it is exactly 2 o'clock on the dot, and my banana pudding mix is definitely thickened up a lot in these next 30 minutes that I stirred. So it has been exactly 1 hour and 5 minutes. So now I am going to just continue stirring, and I'm going to add my vanilla extract to the mixture. Okay, so it's definitely thicker. You'll be able to tell once you make yours. All right, so now I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of vanilla extract, okay? Yes, I said 4. I'm probably just gonna add 3 to mine. I feel like it's a lot to add 4. So I'm gonna add 3, and I'm going to continue to stir this mixture around. So these are measurements for the amount that I'm making. So if you want to make, you know, half of this mixture, then you can definitely do half of everything that I've done. You know, 2 cans of milk, 4 egg yolks, you know, 1 to 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, 2 cups of sugar, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to continue to stir, and I am going to, now that the vanilla extract is all mixed in, I'm going to now turn off my heat completely and let it cool. And while this is cooling, I'm gonna actually let it cool for about 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and start cutting up my bananas. All right, you guys, so I let it sit for 15 minutes, much thicker now. And I just want it to thicken up as much as possible. So I'm gonna let it sit for another 15 minutes while I cut up all of my bananas and get my vanilla wafers out and things like that to get this banana pudding together. All right, so let me get everything and I will show you guys where I'm going to be putting it all together. Okay, so I have 3 containers that I'm going to be using to make this banana pudding because I have 3 households who want some. So this is the bigger container for my household. This Tupperware is for my best friend, and then this one is for my dad's house. So I am going to just show you how I do it in this large container here. Let me move this out the way so you guys can see it. So what I do first is layer the bottom of my first container with wafers. Okay, so let me give you guys a closer look how I layer. So I take some cookies, put it at the bottom, and I like it to be nice and neat. My mom has always done it this way, so this is just the way that I do it. So I flip my wafers all going the same direction. I don't just throw them in there. All right, make sure they all fit nice and flat. Let me see if I can fit one more actually. Yeah. So I'm gonna put another one right there. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but just so they all can fit at the bottom. Now what I'm going to do, cut up all of my bananas, okay? So I normally do 2 at a time, and I will just cut them about 2 or 3 centimeters wide. These don't have to be perfect either. And then I'll just kind of push them to the side and then get this banana cut. Okay, so now that I have this cut up, I'm gonna start and put everything together in the pan, layering it with wafers, bananas, and then the pudding mixture we made over there. Make sure it's thick enough to where it doesn't, you know, immediately make everything soggy, or it's too hot. You don't want it to be too hot, so definitely give it time to cool over here, between 15 and 30 minutes to cool. Okay, you guys? So let me get a measuring cup for my pudding so I can pour it on top and we can get started. Okay, so the bottom of my bowl is ready to go, and I'm going to top it off with these bananas. I always do 1 slice of banana per cookie. Layer these on top, and then I'll go in with my pudding on top of that. And that's pretty much it. So let me get this first layer down, and I can always speed through the rest because I'm going to layer it up completely to the top of this container. So now I'll go in with the pudding mixture we made, kind of pour it on top. Not a lot, a ton of it, just enough. And now go in with your next layer of cookies. Okay, right on top of the bananas. All right, you guys. And of course, as I go higher on the container gets wider. So you may need to add a few more cookies in between, but that's absolutely fine. Get the whole thing covered up for the next layer. Okay. Now my bananas. All right, now I'm gonna do another layer. Okay, you guys, so this is the last final layer. I'm gonna scoop the last bit of pudding, pour it all on top. I made the other 2 dishes that I was doing as well. Alright, that's the last layer. So now I'm going to add the whipped cream to the top of the mixture. Let me grab that. All right, so I would have to say the absolute worst part is waiting for your banana pudding to be ready. So after you've cooked it for so long and you've let it sit and cool, you actually have to put it in the refrigerator for like 3 hours. So I'm gonna put my whipped cream on top. My husband does not like whipped cream, so I'm not gonna add a lot. Just a thin layer over the top of it. All right, that's it. That's all I'm gonna add. You can definitely add more to completely cover up the entire thing. Then if you want to decorate it a little bit, you can take some of your cookies, crush them up, and let it fall just like that. And that's it. Cover it up. Put it in the refrigerator for 3 hours, and it is going to be so good. So I thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely send me a message of all of your guys' banana puddings, how you guys make it, if you thought my method was too tedious and too long or something like that. But this is how my mom taught me to make banana pudding. So that's it. If you want to see more videos like this, don't hesitate, like and subscribe to my channel, please. And I'll have more videos coming soon. Thank you guys. Bye.